Somebody needs to pay for all my children. Somebody needs to be held accountable, and they need to pay.
A question. Sorry to submit, but I don't have a Tumblr. I have a friend who is engaged and gay. She and her partner were discussing children and the prospect of a child's future as a gay, straight adult. Although she would of course accept the love of her child regardless, she hoped for a straight child, so they would not endure the ridicule, heartache, and oppression that she has faced as a fat-bodied gay woman. This is more of a question for the mods, or whoever wants to answer really. If you were to have children, would you wish them to be fat or straight-sauced?
Straight-sauced? What the fuck? What, so being fat is like gay, so every fat guy is a fruit? Every fat woman is a fruit? What is straight-sauced?
I know ideally we would live in a world where fat people are not oppressed. But if you had to have a child with thin privilege, or one who is adorable and fat, yet ridiculed, what would you choose? I think this is worth considering in the current social climate. Gay parents wonder if their child will be gay. Biracial parents wonder what race their child will identify with. What do fat parents think?
Mad response.
I wish for a world that doesn't oppress gay kids, adults, and privileged straight kids, adults, where passing for white doesn't convey privilege. Where random strangers don't sit next to my white cousin in a clinic and berate her for marrying and having children with a black man. Happened to her last week, I swear, no joke. Or where being fat in a public school means you've got a good chance of being physically and emotionally abused by your peers and teachers, etc. But I understand the compulsion to want your children to pass for a member of a privileged group because it will be easier for them. Hoping that they will pass sets you up for disappointment if they don't. When really, the child has absolutely no control over the social soup they're born into. Instead of saying, I hope you pass, I'd prefer to say, I'll brave all the slings and arrows of the world to love you now. In my particular case, if I were to have a fat child, I would do my best not to send that child to a public school, because public schools are incredibly toxic for fat kids at present.
This bitch has rich privilege. She has rich privilege that she could just send her kid to a private school. Hardly anyone else could do that. Who is she? Who is she to put other people down with all that privilege nonsense?
It would take me having the means to have them schools alternatively, where I can monitor the messages my child is getting, whether they're being bullied, etc. Not everyone has these means. I'm only speaking from my particular childless and not planning to have children situation. I might be naive now, but that's my take with the information I have at this present moment. So you want to go to California, huh? Well, you won't find nothing but disease and government cheese, disease
AIDS. That's all you'll get in California. Just an asshole chocked to the brim, full of fucking AIDS. I heard people even shit on the sidewalk in San Francisco. Oh, you don't believe me? Google that shit. Disease, the government cheese. 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 You know, we're bringing it on down for the ladies right now. But as you know, in California, most of the women are actually dudes in dresses. What a sick, degenerate state. Sometimes I wish it would just go in the